set to go. Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Play fake, Mills. He gets this one to Mechie. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking to throw is Mills. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Now on fourth down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. Well, that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. Now Patterson to start the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. On second down, a run with Patterson. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Falcons. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Mills. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
So, Brandon, we saw it in with a lot of coaches. When they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Mills. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. First and 10, it's Patterson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A first down throw for Mills. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Mack on the counter. And he's got some space here. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After the sack on first down, Mills, he sets to fire deep. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And when the time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, Mills. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Lorenzo Carter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And it will be Falcon football.
Ready, set.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards.
Ready.
They'll run with Patterson. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same sit.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Patterson is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll run again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
First down, Mills. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Touchdown, Houston. Philip Dorsett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Shoves him aside. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Patterson. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as it will come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Desmond Ritter in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Final play of the half, Mills. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Handoff, running left, Patterson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He's got a man, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Bryan Edwards, 71 yards. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action now, Mills. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready. Right at the 50-yard line. Running left, here's Patterson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff for Patterson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. They'll try to run with Patterson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown Atlanta. Cordero Patterson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Mills to throw it. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. They'll drop to throw. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And some room to work. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. They go right back to Mack. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Mills. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. 6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll give it to Patterson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
From the gun, here's Mills. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground with Mack. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either throughout the first.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Running the counter, Patterson. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, they'll throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 33 yards. And the Falcons continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Mills. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run the option left side. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here we go.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. On 2nd, here's Algier. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Koo now for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more of the special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that era there, turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice game.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall.